Welcome back, everyone. A question that I keep seeing pretty much on all my social medias, like on Instagram, Twitter, messages on comments on YouTube and all that stuff. It's the main question is, should you install iOS 14 as of this point? We're a couple betas in, we're a couple public betas in at this point. And my response is honestly still the same exact way. Now, first of all, it's a free world. It's a free country. You can do whatever you want to. I don't really care. But in my opinion, I'm still holding off to install iOS 14 on my main device. Now, luckily, I do have a side device that I can install iOS 14 on, and that is about the furthest I would go to recommend to people. I could recommend people to go, install iOS 14, the beta or the public beta, on their side device. If you have an old iPhone 6s or iPhone 7 or something that you're laying around, then yeah, I would probably recommend installing it there. But I still don't think it's at the point where you could go and install it and use it on your main device without seeing some pretty big problems. So the very first thing, obviously, there's going to be some issues with it. You're going to have random reboots, random things like that. Now, whenever you install a beta of a software, I always expect the worst. I always expect it to break my phones and I have to factory reset it, so I'm prepared for that to happen. So for this, I'm not willing to go and mess it up just yet. I'm willing to go and wait, probably until like beta 6 or beta 7, unless the official version comes out by then. And then I would probably recommend installing it, but on a main device, I don't think it's worth it. Now, here's the other thing. With beta 3, which is the beta we're on now, it seems pretty good for me personally and for most of the devices that I've tested it on. However, for basically every single other person that I've seen and talked to, it sounds like beta 3 is even worse than beta 2. So keep that in mind. People can have different opinions on these things. So just because I have a good, experience with it doesn't mean that you will have a good experience with it or the next person or the next person. So keep that in mind. Just because I have a good experience with it doesn't mean you will. And my opinion on it is better safe than sorry. If a majority of people, or even if like 30% of the people are complaining about it, I would still recommend not installing it, because there's probably a lot more people who are having issues and they're probably just not even talking about it, or they don't even know about it. So there's a lot of issues than just the standard reboots and stuff like that. Apps can crash. A lot of times apps are crashing, which is really annoying. So if you're in the middle of typing up something or you're in the middle of a game and it randomly crashes on you, that can be a pretty big deal to some of you. Now, to others, that might not be a big deal. To me, it really doesn't matter. I don't play that many games. But if I'm in the middle of like some project on my phone, which very rarely happens, but if I'm using like GarageBand for iPhone or something and it doesn't save my progress and it randomly crashes or something, like that would be a pretty annoying thing. Like I would really hate that. So that's something you kind of have to keep in mind. It's not a deal breaker. It's nothing like if you go install iOS 14, your life's going to be over, but it could get in the way of you doing some things. You know what I mean? It could get in the way of you feeling comfortable of like going somewhere with your phone because you don't know if it's going to crash or whatever. If you're at your house, it doesn't matter. And nobody's really going anywhere now anyway, but like still, it's kind of an annoying thing. So my opinion is of this, without me rambling too much, I would still recommend not installing iOS 14, even though we're on beta 3 and public beta 3. I would still recommend staying on iOS 13. Stay on whatever version of iOS 13, preferably 13.6. I would recommend staying there. I would not recommend going up to iOS 14 just yet. Even one more beta, if you can just wait one more beta or two more betas, the further and further it goes, the more likelihood it has of actually being better and better and possibly not breaking your phone when it happens. So that's my opinion. Me personally, I'm still holding out. It doesn't mean you have to, but that's kind of what I would recommend at the end of the day. So that's really pretty much it. If you guys have any other questions or anything, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it means so much if you guys can hit that. Also check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my second channel. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.